Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's main event. A clash of titans fought under the time-honoured rules of professional wrestling. This bout is scheduled for 2 falls to a finish. That's right, it'll take 2 decisive victories to crown tonight's winner, be it by pinfall, submission or referee stoppage. There must be a winner, and there will be no shortcuts. Now before the action begins, let us remind both competitors and the fans in attendance the rules enforced by the governing body. No biting, no hooking of the eyes, nose or mouth, and no fisting. This is a contest of honour, grit and determination, not street fighting. Introducing first, in the blue corner, me, ThatFKingGuy, and over there in the red corner, the little sex goblin from modern escapism, Oodles, talking about his favourite subject of all time, professional wrestling, as Total Cult Zone presents Queen of the Ring.
Listen, Mildred, you gotta watch yourself in the clinches out there. I don't trust this referee.
You don't want to be a waitress no more? Who do you think you are, huh?
Well, not me by my phone.
Sometimes I come and get your bill.
Sir, I want you to know I'm a big fan. What's it take for you to train me how to wrestle?
Who'd pay to see you?
Well, people with good taste. That too.
Let's give it a shot.
A woman ain't got no business in the ring with a man.
A woman ain't got no business. Where?
I think you and I should be partners.
Whole lot of opportunity out there for us.
What's best for business?
Give the audience what they deserve.
New Jersey law is keeping her from fighting in the ring.
Together, we gotta break walls down in this country.
Did I hear that right?
Fight for real. No script. Shoot from the hip.
A heroic single mother fighting a big bad wolf. Whatever that story is, there won't be a ticket to be found.
Sometimes, no more waiting. Sometimes, you gotta climb that hill. Sometimes.
Producing the champion of the world,
Sometimes, get on, bud.
Mulling over who to get on the show for this one, because I do have like a history of being in professional wrestling and do know a load of folks who still do it.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people who still watch it today and enjoy it. They even do podcasts about it. So for today, Queen of the Ring, the biopic about the professional lady wrestler Mildred Burke. I chose someone who is well known for his love of the art of professional wrestling. Oodles from modern escapism. How are you doing, sir?
I'm very well. Yourself?
I'm very good. I'm very good. Everyone can tell it's night time here.
It's really nighttime here as well.
It's really late. Past my bedtime.
Yeah. But you want to talk about wrestling?
Yes, wrestling. Give us your history and your opinions about the noble art.
So, it started off as a young boy. I remember being enamoured with what I now know as the Attitude Era of WWF at the time. And it's not even a good descriptor when I say I was obsessed. Like, obsessed. Like, it was my fucking life. It was my sole playground persona, was wrestling. And then, I don't know, I became a teenager, and then it just stopped. I felt like it got worse. It got boring. It got dull. And upon being an adult and finding out that's kind of what did happen, they dumbed it down a bit. They made it more suitable for TV, didn't they? And
Look, did you grow up or did wrestling get worse? That's the real question.
That's the thing. And I never knew at the time. Obviously, I knew about WCW. I never knew there was other things. I never knew there was Japanese wrestling. I never knew there was this. I never knew there was that. I didn't have Sky Television. I didn't have sports channels. I had whatever came up on Channel 4, 5, BBC, whatever.
Did you know about ECW?
Yes, because of computer games. But I'd never watched it. Just because of computer games. So yeah, it fell by the wayside. It was one of those things that it felt like a soap opera. Where once you'd had a few months off, you couldn't get back in, and I never went back in. And nowadays, like my son loves wrestling, my podcast chum loves wrestling, so it's coming back into my life slowly. It's on Netflix now. I'm noticing myself watching it. I'm noticing like Stig from Modern Escapism sending me clips from this wrestling in Japan with people coming out to Final Fantasy music. I'm like, oh, this is good. This is good. And I'm seeing them actually wrestling again, like I remember where you had like your Rey Mysterios jumping about and your Mexican wrestlers but they're doing it in Japan and they're just crazy. But I just don't know anything about it, unfortunately. It's like I'm on the outside looking in. I've always respected the art.
Yeah, it's a bit too big to get into nowadays, isn't it? It used to be
huge.
You say there's one thing, and you slowly learn more things about. This is WCW. Okay, cool. I'll check that out. And then I learned about ECW.
Yeah,
and there's other indie companies, and it's like okay, more and more. And now I can't keep track of even one company. There's so much of it.
Do you still, because obviously your history of it, do you still catch up with it? Or do you just every so often you'll watch a highlight?
I pretty much sacked it off about 5 years ago completely.
Wow.
We tried getting back into it at that point. It's like a bit of AEW. It's like, this isn't too bad. And then some stuff happened. It's like, fuck it. Can't be done. Can't be doing with it.
AEW, that's the one. That's the one that he likes.
Yeah, and now I watch Botchamania occasionally still. I do like seeing mistakes, but it's more and more insider jokes with that one now.
Yeah, which you're just like, what?
Yeah, no,
what are you talking about?
It's kind of people. It's a badge of honor to be on it. Whereas when it started, it was very much I don't want to be on Botchamania.
Yeah,
and now it's very much everyone messes up a movement. Oh, that's gonna be on Botchamania. Hello, Matthew, and Old School Wrestling Review, great podcast. You might actually like that one. They do video podcasts of old shows, and they go over the history of it and storyline building up to it, all the promo features and where they went afterwards. It's a really good show. I quite watching that because it's still the older stuff I enjoyed. There's things I didn't know about it.
Yeah, I was more enamored as a kid by the kayfabe and the drama behind the ring. I used to love it. Oh, the cameras, the behind the stage, We're like, oh. And now the older I get, I'm kind of just watching muscle mummies and meatheads, and it's kind of nice in the pervy sense. Like, ooh,
have we got a Rhea Ripley fan here?
Oh God, absolutely. But I also I love the showmanship of it in general. I think it does relate to this film that we're going to talk about, where it comes from like the carny background, the circus people, and you cannot not respect that because that is true art. Genuinely, I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, so I did get you today because I spoke to a wrestling friend who has seen this film. I think he actually like an early version of it or some festival thing, and he was let down by his inaccuracies in regards to the history of the story.
Yeah.
And I was in the same position when I was watching The Iron Claw a couple of years back now.
Which I have seen as well.
Yeah, and I knew that story's like off by heart because it's one of my
even I knew about that story.
Yeah, I know that beat for beat.
Yeah, I think anyone that knew anything about wrestling, even a little bit, knew about that story.
Yeah, but I do all this story and it's like, okay, this is going to happen now, and this is going to happen now, this is going to happen now. Yeah. And it was kind of ruining the story. And then when stuff didn't happen, you're like, that's not right.
It's frustrating, isn't it?
So they kind of messed up the history and that, and you know too much, and it's like ruined my enjoyment of the film, I think. So I've got you in for this one because you probably don't know this story.
Never heard of the story ever in my life.
And you're not too big on the insider stuff.
No, I didn't even know, like, for instance, Vince McMahon was a bad person until like a few years ago. I didn't know that. Because I just didn't know the politics behind it. So, yeah, I knew nothing about, like, the starting the American wrestling things. No.
So you're coming in as what's known as a straub.
Oh, brilliant.
That's a strawberry mivvy, civilian, not really into the sport, knows no history about it.
No.
If a wrestler calls you a straub, it used to be an insult.
Oh, thanks, mate. Just
There are certain hand gestures you make when you're next to someone to make people shut up and don't break kayfabe. All these little bits and pieces, which have probably fallen by the wayside nowadays because everyone's in on everything.
yeah, that's true.
But I'll just get the synopsis out of the way and a bit of director's statement, and we can get into the film.
Yeah, man.
Okay, Queen of the Ring is a Sumerian Pictures production written and directed by Ash Avildsen, who did Paradise City, apparently. Probably nothing to do with the song.
No.
The film tells a remarkable true story of Mildred Burke, the first $1 million female athlete in world history and the longest reigning champion of female wrestling. Based on a book by Pulitzer Prize-winning author Jeff Leen, the film follows Millie, a young single mother from a small town who defies societal norms by becoming a female pro wrestler at a time when the sport was illegal across many of the United States. Despite her success throughout the 40s and 50s, Millie's journey is marked by personal struggles, including raising her son on the road, the tragic death of a wrestling protege in the ring, and a tumultuous relationship with her manager and ex-husband, Billy Wolf. I've just noticed I've not read this synopsis all the way through, and there's a big thing there I'm going to bring up later. Massive thing now. Her story highlights triumphs such as being the first woman to headline over men, bring women of colour into the sport, and participating in the first female quote-unquote shoot match, i.e. real combat without a script for a title fight. Millie's remarkable tale shattered at the limitations of what a girl could become in entertainment and sports in an unforgettable slice of post-war Americana. Queen of the Ring captures the golden age of female pro wrestling when one gritty, glamorous woman risked everything in her life to change culture forever. So it stars Emily Brett Rickards from Arrow as Billy, Mildred Burke, Josh Lucas as Billy Wolf, Tyler Posey from Teen Wolf, I can't remember which one that was, Francesca Eastwood from Juror #2, which is a great film title.
Yeah.
Not Clawfoot, which we covered on the show, which is quite fun. Cara Buono from Stranger Things, Deborah and Wolf, Damaris Lewis, Gavin, Casalegno, names are not my strong point, and Walton Goggins, not Walter Goggins, which I always say. Last name being the main event for me, really. And you got a director's statement here. So you got Ash Avildsen, director-writer. Storytelling has always been my greatest passion, and Queen of the Ring represents the culmination of my journey both personally and professionally. At the age of 34, I finally met my father, acclaimed director John G. Avildsen, known for his iconic films such as Rocky and The Karate Kid. Not The Karate Kid, even. Building a beautiful bond with my father as an adult was life-changing, deeply influencing my approach to storytelling and imbuing my work with a profound sense of purpose and authenticity. Growing up without a father defined me in my youth, but becoming best friends with him later in my life has been transformative. I'm actually not sure what that has to do with Queen of the Ring, but there you go. So that's all the guff out of the way. What do you think?
Now, while watching this, at first I was sat watching. I was like, "Oh, this is going to be like a the wrestler Mickey Rourke vehicle style film." And as soon as I turned it on, I was like, "Where do I recognise the woman who plays Mildred?" And I didn't realise it was the Flash and Arrow. I was like, "Oh my god, it's her!" And at first I was like, "Okay, we're going to go in the light." Because it starts off near the end, doesn't it? It does a flash forward and then flash back where she's in the shoot match for the championship or whatever. I don't know the things, guys. Sorry. For the belt, yay! And then we go back and we see her life, and yeah, the whole film felt like a 6-part series that you'd see on like one of those, I don't know, CW. For instance, not in a bad way. I think the film is quite long.
Yeah, some bit about that I've got to bring up as well.
Yeah, it's quite long, and it could have been like split up into I don't know, like a mini series. And that's what it felt like from beginning to end. It felt like a mini series. It felt like it had the budget of a mini series. It had the cinematography of it, but ultimately, I kind of enjoyed it. Because I knew nothing about it. Everything, I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know it was based on a real thing at first. didn't know until some names started popping up. I'm like, oh, I know those names. Do you know what I mean? I heard the name Mae Young come up, and then I saw a Gorgeous George. I was like, I know these names. I know that. And then I'm like, oh, these are real people. These are all real people. This is what it is. But yeah, I kind of liked it for what it was. It's not. I wouldn't have gone to the pictures and come out of it going, that is a great film. But because I watched it for free, I kind of enjoyed it. What did you think?
I have the same notes, actually. It felt like a TV movie of the week that should have been over multiple parts.
Yeah.
Like, because they have her story, which is fine, and that could have done a good 90 minutes, but then they padded it out with other stories.
Yes.
They kept bringing people into it and introducing them. Like, say, Gorgeous George, Mae Young.
We could have seen an episode for them, couldn't we?
Exactly what I've written down. It's like it could have been stories for all these people.
Yeah.
Because they used to do the whole thing at the end where this person did this, this person did this, this person did this.
Yeah.
Well, we could have seen that.
Yeah, it would have been much better for it. I agree.
Yeah, I think that's what brings it down, because it is just too long.
It's too long.
It's like 2 hours 10, 2 hours 20.
Yeah, it's like Forrest Gump length.
Yeah, and it didn't need to be.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't at all. There's a lot of just filler nonsense.
Yeah,
it could have been. There wasn't a single montage in this, apart from the training montage at the beginning, and there was no other montages.
There was the bit where they were in the photo shoot of Vanity Fair. That was a montage.
Yeah, that's true.
And the bit with the kids growing up a little bit on the roundabout, or the merry-go-round.
Oh yeah, there was. Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then her son looked older than her.
He looked older than her completely. There was a lot of things in this I just thought the ages are so wrong on everyone.
Yeah, I think he's like 8 years younger than her.
She didn't age throughout the whole film.
Yeah, so it did kind of go on for a bit too long. It didn't need to. There was so many introductions for characters that were like, let's say Gorgeous George, and then Mae Young's in there. You got Jack Pfeffer, who's like a big name. He's got his own story he could do. Babs Wingo.
Yeah.
Live on her own story.
Yeah.
The wrestling stuff, I'm sure wrestling fans will rip the choreography apart.
Of course.
Because there were actual wrestlers in it, and there are actors in it.
Oh, there's real wrestlers in it? Oh, yeah. I just thought they were big ladies.
No, the one who played June Byers is Kaylee Farmer, wrestler. Who's Camilla, who's I think she's in AEW now.
Yeah, she was big.
At the time, I think she was actually NWA champion, holding the belt that...
Oh, wow.
She actually held previously, and that belt was a replica of her original belt, because do you know who owns the NWA now?
No.
Billy Corrigan of the Smashing Pumpkins.
Shut up. Shut up.
Yeah, he owns the NWA. He's a big wrestling fan. He had money. He bought it.
God. Does he sit like in his tower in his long black coat and just watches wrestling with his hands crossed like this? I like this wrestling. What a strange character.
Yeah, but he owns the company. He does like the whole Vince McMahon thing now. Comes out as the president of the company.
But he's not an ultimately terrible human being as much as Vince McMahon.
No, he's probably very lovely.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a few actual wrestlers in there, and they're doing the matches, and it's like you can tell they're trained. And then you have Eastwood doing Mae Young, and she doesn't wrestle.
Not once.
Yeah. And it's like, you should have had her wrestle at least once in some sort of form, but she like does a run-in, I think, and maybe throws a punch. That's about it.
Yeah. There's one little bit where they all pile in a little bit and knock the ref out, I think.
Yeah, so it's a bit uneven on that, where it's showing some wrestling off and then not showing.
There's surprisingly little amount of wrestling in this wrestling film. There's not a lot
until the big end fight, which I don't know if we can have spoilers on this one because it's the big blow off fight at the end.
Yeah,
it's the shoot fight you see at the start, and it's all been played up to. And yeah, we're going to spoiler zone on that one because it does. Yeah. If you know the story, you know the story. But yeah, But there's that match, and it's like the big thing at the end. But the rest of it, like you say, there's not enough of it, or they could have concentrated more on the characters. But then they had so many characters.
Yeah.
And probably my favourite bit was Jack Pfeffer as Walton Goggins.
Yes.
But he's going through the promo with Gorgeous George.
Oh, yeah.
Showing how to show out, because he's the guy who created the sports entertainment side of things.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's a fantastic bit, but it has nothing to do with Mildred Burke's story.
No, but that could, like we said, that could have been its own episode. Like, because George was failing as a wrestler, wasn't he? Up until Jack says, "Look, change it, change up. You're a good wrestler. You've just got nothing about you. You're good looking. Turn that into something, and it becomes this arrogant like heel."
Yeah, and then
it's so cool.
Stay gorgeous, George. And it's like,
yeah.
Oh God, there was a lot of that stuff in it.
So she named him.
Yeah, that and the bit at the start where he's in the crowd and he completely spills the beans on what wrestling is to her.
Oh yeah, at the beginning.
And it's like, oh, he's the heel, he's the babyface, and they do this and they do that, and there's a lot of that in it. I'm like, you could have shown this a different way, in a montage maybe.
Yeah,
because no one's going to be doing that at that time with like wrestling. If he did that, he was an actual wrestler, he'd be beaten half to death and kicked out of wrestling.
Yeah, because you're ruining the magic, aren't you? It's like the magic circle type thing. No one knew at that point. Yeah, I was watching it thinking, should he have been telling people this?
Random woman in the crowd.
Yeah, hot woman, but it doesn't mean anything. You still don't get all these trade secrets. And I mean, these people in that crowd thought this was real. They looked like they were like shocked and stuff, and it probably was more real back then than it is now. To be honest, there's a lot more punches in it.
But yeah, there was a lot of that in it, and I say it was it's a bit too sexy for the era.
I think the women weren't dressed appropriately for the era.
Yeah, there's a bit of historical stuff there where it's a bit.
Yeah, you wouldn't have been like that. It wouldn't have been like that.
And everyone didn't look rough because they go from working the carny circuit, like carnivals, and doing the whole coming and challenged by fire, and if you fear it, you'll be at this, and it's the carny. It's a bit dirty, a bit grimy. Everyone looks gorgeous. She looks amazing. And then they go to the bit where they've got money and they're celebrating, and they look exactly the same. Yeah, nothing's changed. There's no development on that bit, and I think it comes down to the way it's shot. It's just very flat and straight. But yeah, I did notice a lot of it where she's showing her muscles. I'm like, she's not that big. I've seen bigger muscle mummies. She's still not that big. I don't know if she did in real life. I don't know what Millie Burke looked like in real life, but was she ripped? I suppose for the era. Yeah, there's a different type of ripped, isn't there? Like, I don't think June Boys was that big. No, she's monstrous in a good way. But yeah, I didn't mind it. It wasn't the worst film ever. No, it wasn't, and I can imagine if, like you said, if you'd got someone to watch this with you and review it, it's shit. It's got none of that happened. They weren't even doing the haymakers properly. They weren't doing the flips properly. Oh, they're tapping out. Oh. I didn't care about that. I learned as well that they did 3 pins. They had to do 3 pins back then. I didn't know that. Yeah, for title matches. Yeah, I didn't know that. It's just something I just didn't know. And it's like, oh, she's won. Oh no, she has to have 2. She has to pin them another few times. I'm like, what the heck? I learned stuff. It was good. Yeah, that's one of the things I hope people get from it. They actually look into the history of stuff more and learn more about the characters in it, and there's a bit more of appreciation for it. I feel like there'd be a better book in there somewhere. Like because there was a lot of bit where I wanted to see more of the men arguing in the boardroom about should we let women in, should we not, and then there was that gratuitous cameo from I'm assuming it's Vince McMahon's dad, and saying my son Vince would like this, and it's like, okay, here we go. Another one of those lines where you're like, oh yeah, fine. Yeah. My son Vince shouldn't be on. He said people shouldn't be on TV doing this. Yeah, owners shouldn't be in front of things. Like, yeah, okay, fine, fair enough. Yeah, we know that changes. But yeah, the things they also, I think, left out which may have been in the director's cut, because like I said, this has a 3 hours director's cut apparently.
Yeah, I found that out afterwards. I was like, I think I'm all right for watching the theatrical cut.
Yeah, because there's a whole thing of Billy Wolf's son and June Byers getting married.
Yeah, which it just happened, didn't it? He was, get off my wife. I'm like, what? When did they get married?
Yeah, and Mildred Burke and him having a relationship or having some sort of thing, and it's suddenly heartbroken, and you don't really see too much of that relationship.
Yeah.
What was it? The other thing that happened? Gladys Gillam is the redhead who plays the crazy challenger of the Burke's title.
Yeah.
Again, should have had her own story. She used to wrestle bears and alligators.
Did she?
She had her eyeballs knocked out of her socket during a match.
The woman from Daredevil.
Mm.
Yeah. Wow. Gillam or whatever they're called there.
Yeah, had a giant sore on the back of her head from bumping so much.
Oh my God, she didn't look big enough.
I mean, she hooked up with Billy Wolf for a few years and eventually died in 2009. But in the uncut version, I said at the start with that synopsis where it's like, the tragic death of a wrestling protege in the ring. She dies in the director's cut.
Oh.
Even though she didn't die until 2009 from a stroke.
Oh, so why did he choose that? For some emotional pathos, do you think?
I think it's something to do with like women in wrestling. Like you shouldn't be in wrestling because of this. This can happen.
Well, that's the same with men.
Yeah, but I think they use that as an excuse in the film. But it's kind of
saying that's why we don't have women wrestlers because they die.
Yeah, it's kind of insulting. I'm glad they cut it for the.
I'm kind of glad they cut it
because I read the reviews and it's like, certain such dies in it. I was like, no. So I was my friend about it, and he's like, yeah, that's the version I saw.
There's no deaths the one I watched.
So yeah, there's big chunks taken out of it and stuff that didn't actually happen, which is, like say, insulting because it's like you're killing off a character that didn't die to create an emotional beat in the story, which is like the opposite of the Von Erich story where they didn't have someone die.
Yes, which I know about that. Yeah, absolutely.
Huh.
I wonder why they do this. I wonder if there's something there. Like I remember when Stig from Modern Escapism again. He is my linchpin for wrestling, by the way. He was mentioning that it frustrated him because he knew about the story. I think most people know about the Von Erichs and how tragic their life was. And Ironclaw wasn't that tragic. It was more about muscleheads just finally getting their big break. Do you know what I mean? It's just, I wonder why they do that with this. It's the same with like, I know Mickey Rourke's The Wrestler. It's not based on true story, but it's based on like things. Do you know what I mean? It's loosely based on things.
Yeah, loosely based on like Jake Robertson.
Yeah. But they always like change and nip stuff out that they think, it's too realistic. I'd like them to do something like this, be as real as possible, warts and all. Because there is a dark side to the ring. Of course there is.
Yeah, they made a whole TV show about it.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I mean. People fucking die doing this. It's the stuntmen, the choreographed chuffing. Oh, it's rough, man. Even today, people are risking a bad tombstone pile driver. I think some moves are banned nowadays because of certain things like that.
Yeah, just head trauma from
awful
stuff which also sadly made wrestling less fun.
Kind of liked it that they were risking their lives a little bit.
Always going to hit with the chair, always turning his back again.
I remember when they changed that on TV where when someone whacked him with a chair, the camera cut away. And I was like, they didn't do that when I was a kid. They didn't cut away.
You watch the Channel 4 version where it's like, it come up, thwack. Like Batman.
Yeah, thwack. Yeah, that was so good.
So yeah, overall, wasn't the worst movie I've seen.
No, not the worst. 2.5 out of 5, I'd have rated it.
Yeah,
smack bang in the middle.
It's no Backyard Dogs all ready to rumble, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't have the gravitas of Iron Claw, the grittiness of The Wrestler, or even the fun of Glow. Netflix show.
Loved Glow. Yeah,
great show. But yeah, hopefully people watch it and get the stories and learn more about them.
It's going to be someone's favourite wrestling film. It has to be.
Over Backyard Dogs.
Probably not. Probably not.
Okay, so if you fancy seeing that, Queen of the Ring will be available in select UK cinemas from the 19th of September, which is this week.
Get out and watch.
Yes.
Support wrestling films, you'll get more.
We don't need more. I saw a playlist on YouTube of all the wrestling films. We don't need more.
We don't need any more.
Need better ones. There you go.
Yes. I want to see the Vince McMahon biography. That's what I want to see.
I don't.
I've heard some nasty stuff. Nasty stuff. That'll have stuff cut out.
Yeah.
And
lawsuits.
This film generally made me think, you know what? I respect it a little bit more. Not enough to start watching it again, but just enough to think, yeah, these are athletes. Because a lot of people, if I were in a pub now and someone said, oh, wrestling's fake, I'd actually go, shut up. It's not. It's planned. It's not fake. There's a difference. There's nothing fake about someone getting slammed on a mat. That is really happening.
Stick will be pleased to know that.
Yeah. You've turned me around.
So where can we find you on the internet?
You'll find, just go on Google and type in Modern Escapism Podcast or do Dragon's Dream of Scorched Sheep Podcast, and you'll find us rambling a lot longer than this about things that don't deserve as much as this got. It's all about just procrastination in general, like we all do as podcasters. We don't have a website because we couldn't be asked to pay for it anymore, but we do have patrons. We do have a Patreon, so get on it. You get access to loads of stuff. We review films all the time.
NeoCs. Sign up.
Yeah, probably. I don't know how to do any of this. I let the minions do it.
Get one to NeoCs. It's a fun little...
Will do.
And for me, ThatFKingGuy.com, you can read my reviews of all the movies that don't get to cover on this show, and wrestling reviews of old-ass wrestling shows. Maybe. In the next issue, maybe. I might do that. You never know.
We're worth doing it, I think.
Yeah, I don't know, 'cause I've got no idea what I'm doing next on it. But yeah, ThatFKingGuy.com. There you go. Okay, spoiler zone. So this is where we discuss the end of the film, which may not be a spoiler for some people. But if you don't want the film ruined, turn off now.
Turn it off.
So the end fight, the shoot match, the one that's real.
Yeah.
Did you understand it?
No.
The fact that she lost the fall and then went to an hour.
Was she? How I saw it was complete rebellion against the man and the men. They were saying we need to go, and then everyone's saying we don't want a draw, and then people say no, we're cutting it, we're stopping this now. And I think she was literally she wasn't wrestling an opponent anymore. She was wrestling the establishment, and I found it quite poignant in that aspect. She clearly didn't care about winning or losing. She just cared about sticking it to the man. And it had an almost Rocky IV moment where he's fighting Drago at the end, and he's like, he's not boxing for himself now, he's boxing for America. That's what it felt like. It was pretty cool, man.
Mm.
I don't understand what it actually meant for the grand scheme of things.
So the fight at the end is kind of inconclusive because reports from the match kind of vary, and because you can't really change history.
Oh, is that what it is still to this day? People still don't know.
Well, she lost the first fall, and she admits she took the fall because she wanted a little break so she can come back and win the second one, and it become a shoot match.
Yeah.
And I think it comes down to the fact that she couldn't beat her legitimately in a shoot match.
She couldn't actually. She would have got her head kicked in. The
ref was paid off by Wolf, her husband, to be like on the side of the other one.
Yeah.
June Byers. June Byers' account of it is that Burke rolled out the ring and refused to get back in.
Really?
There's other stories where they said they just called the match off.
Oh,
But at the
because it
end-
wasn't televised, was it? So we don't know.
Yeah, the end of the match come, and the ref actually said the title stayed with her because you needed 2 falls to win. June Byers won 1 fall, but it went to a draw.
Yeah.
And they were like all the crowd cheering, a big happy moment. And it's like, yeah, she stuck it to the man, like you said.
Yeah.
What happened was after that, Billy Wolf and June Byers went to the NWA commission and got the title off them.
Just got it. Yeah.
So they took the title and went, yeah, fuck you. Because of the nature of the ending, no one actually saw Byers as actually being the winner.
Yeah.
Burke as the winner. They kind of diminished her run because it's like, well, you didn't win. And there was no way of coming back and winning it.
Yeah, because no one had put her up.
Yeah, so support for her actually dropped afterwards and her popularity went downhill.
Oh, wow.
She had some success overseas where they showed her go to Japan.
Japan, yeah.
But that was like the biggest thing after that for her, really.
Is that it?
But her fame was never at the same level when it was kind of diminished. But it was like not her fault. It was just piece of shit, Billy Wolf.
It's politics, isn't it?
Yeah. He was a massive scumbag.
Yeah, you can tell.
And they didn't put that over at the end of it.
They should have done.
Yeah.
They wanted a happy ending, didn't they?
Yeah, Mildred Burke had to spend the rest of her life with a bodyguard. The chance that he'd do something to her.
Oh my God. That's why they changed the ending a little bit.
Yeah, it's just that thing of she had like 1 fall and then went to the hour time limit, but it made like she did deliberately. It's like, no, she just couldn't beat her.
She just couldn't win.
Dodgy ref. And
Yeah.
like the person's not going to stay down for her.
No, of course.
So like you're in a fight with someone who's like slightly stronger than you, maybe.
Yeah, because even if it is like a shoot match, it's still not MMA. They're not really kicking fuck out of each other. They are punching and they are slapping and they are choking properly, but she's not poking her eyes out, and you know what I mean, she's not. So yeah, I suppose if June Byers is just not simply going down, she's just outlasted her, hasn't she?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, the ending was played up as being happy, and it really wasn't. So,
Well, it had the splash at the end, like she went inducted into WWE Hall of Fame and stuff like that.
yeah,
Did that happen?
yeah, that happened, but it's
Later on,
it's needed to really. You know, she was the first champion. Had to put her in.
yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I suppose. That's a shame. You've ruined it for me.
So I mean, you got to learn stuff about the stories behind it, and it's not actually that great, but it is essentially men are shit. Especially
Men
white
are shit. White men are the worst, and we can say that we are them.
Yeah, I hate whites.
Same.
Demonetized on YouTube.